Alright, what's going on, guys? We are here, episode 6 of the Blame Ben series. Today is Thursday. I remember the date this time. And today is my second SBD day of the week and the last day, I know, very sad that I'm going to be here in DC, but the camera lady behind the camera, Daniela, is coming to New York, so I'm very excited about that. Today is a not so fun SBD day. I already got done through squats, and I'm going to show you guys the first set that I recorded on my phone right here. You're gonna notice that this moved way faster than the successive sets. I definitely have a hard time doing straight sets. Having worked with RP in the past, since it's rate of perceived exertion, I would usually just like hit a really solid top set at the prescribed RP and then have to do load drops. And I prescribe load drops sometimes, but if you have percentage programming like I do right now, everything's straight sets. So I had 4 sets of 5 with 520 pounds. The last set probably moved like 3 RPs harder than the first set, which is a skill that I definitely need to improve upon, because if you think about it, when you're in a meet, granted you're not taking the same attempt 3 times, or at least I hope you aren't taking the same attempt 3 times, but each attempt's getting progressively heavier, and ideally if you're going up in weight, you want to be as strong for that heavy weight as possible, right? So if you can get really skilled at straight sets, then you know, you have a better chance of succeeding on those heavier second and third attempts than if you're somebody who just like does a really good first set and then kind of gasses out. So I'm gonna annoy you guys now, because hit depth on both of those sets that I've shown you guys, or the one set that I've shown you and the one set that I'm about to show you. So depth is not an issue right now. I'm figuring things out. Things are starting to feel better. And then one thing I just want to talk about real quick before I get into showing you footage is that the day that you would expect to be strong on paper is not always the day that's really strong. What I mean by that is, today is my 3rd day of doing lower body stuff this week. Monday I had an SBD day. Tuesday I had 8 sets of belt squat. So you would think on paper, oh, Thursday's not gonna be strong. But Thursdays are historically, by historically I mean over the past 4 weeks, but they've been the stronger squat day despite having more work in the beginning of the week, which is why it's important to note and analyze and respect the trends that pop up during your training cycle. If things are staying consistent and the progression is well planned out, you should see these repeatable trends from week to week, and that's what I'm observing right now. So squats, they felt okay. They didn't feel fantastic. The first set felt really good, but like I said, it got more difficult as I went. Today is a 4x5 with 520 pounds on squat. Then bench is an 8x4, I think, or a 7x4 with 380 pounds. And then deadlift is a 4x5 with 570 pounds. And I'm determined to make all of those look really clean. So I'm gonna move in with Daniela and bench, even though she puts us to shame. Daniela, if you guys don't know, has the world record bench press at what, 302 or 304 pounds?
302.
302 pounds in the IPF and the 84s. And she's gonna bench way more at Sheffield. So I'm gonna show you guys now her tempo single right before I get to my bench work. But we gotta move, it's getting late, and I should stop talking to this camera and show you guys what you wanna see, because you don't wanna hear me talk anymore, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay, bench time.
Okay, bye.
Way better. Well, those deadlifts sucked. I had a conversation with Ben and Jason the other day, and they asked me when was the last time I didn't have paused or high rep deadlifts in the program. Told them it's been a while, so I'm expecting there to be changes after this block. It kind of seems like that's what was gonna happen after the conversation that we had. But like I said, this is kind of like a learning process for both of us at this point. But yeah, pretty subpar day. Moving on to tomorrow. We'll just roll to Friday. Fuck this.
Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy.
For my Demon Slayer fans out there, the first 7 sets sucked, but oh fuck, this thing is so wobbly. That song from episode 19 literally makes me want to run through walls, and the 8th set was the best set, which I'm going to show you right up here. I recorded the 7th set. No, I should have recorded the 8th. I didn't expect it to move the fastest, but you know, sometimes the music, the raw emotions make you do things that you once thought weren't possible, Daniela! I'm way too energetic for her right now because I just had my last workout of the week, but Daniela's off today because she has an SBD day tomorrow. So tomorrow, she's tired now, but she'll be a whole new machine tomorrow. But yeah, so I just finished an 8x3 and it felt really bad actually. I'm starting to experience the symptoms, and I call them symptoms just because they're signs of a certain, you know, effect from a certain training stimulus. Basically, anytime I've done lower bench frequency than like 5 days, for example, I start to feel really rusty, like overly fresh. Like my chest just feels like flatter. I feel more loose. And then when I'm benching, I just feel rusty, almost that like forgetful kind of feeling from just not really practicing the movement as much as I should, or as much as I think I should. So the first 7 sets today did not feel good at all. It was literally until that 8th set that you guys just watched that things started to feel better. I don't know what I look like, or I feel like I look like, for those of you guys who've watched like Life According to Jimmy, he has like that one character who's the director of like the animated porn series, or like the zombie casting. I feel like that's what I look like right now. But you don't know who Jimmy Tatro is? Yeah. He has the skits where he's like the director. I forget his name. He has like a Jewish name, but he's a director and he wears like a hat and glasses like this. Anyway, I'm gonna go do my accessories right now. Tomorrow I am off. Sunday I am off, but I'll probably get some footage of Daniella's SBD day to put in for you guys, especially since Saturday is like the most packed day here at United, as you guys know from the Nationals prep. But yeah, I'm just gonna get to accessories now. I have a bunch of rows, a bunch of pull downs, good old GHR ISO holds. I hope you guys have been trying them. A lot of you guys have been reaching out to me saying that it is way harder than it looks. And I told you, especially maintaining that posterior tilt in the pelvis, it's a whole different animal than just like getting on there and just kind of flopping up and down. But I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm gonna go do my accessories. I'll show you. Alright guys, so I just got finished with my accessory work. Now, something to talk about with accessories, obviously the conventional wisdom is that accessories are important, and they are, absolutely. And a lot of people talk about people skipping accessories because they're really easy to skip. And there's always conversations about how it's important to treat them like the main lifts, right? In terms of actually progressing them, keeping track of the weights that you're doing every week, keeping track of RPEs, allowing for progressive overload, because ultimately those accessories are contributing to your progress, and if they are carefully and meticulously placed accessory exercises, they should lend themselves to you getting stronger, right? But it's not always the case that with accessories you can just add weight indefinitely. For example, I'm doing my dumbbell rows over there. I'm not going to be able to add 5 pounds every week, and there's no way to micro load dumbbells, right? So what's the solution to that? Well, if I have a prescribed number of sets and reps, and the number of sets has gone up, but then maybe the next week the number of sets stays the same, but I can't rep out something that's 5 pounds heavier, let's say, for the same number of sets. One thing I can do is just shorten the rest time, right? With hypertrophy movements, right? Time under tension, amount of mechanical tension are both very important things that drive muscular growth, right? So if I can just shorten my rest time and get the same exact work done at the same level of perceived exertion as the prior week, guess what? That's progressive overload. That is progress, right? So with your accessories, it's not always the case that you need to add weight. And I know that a lot of people tap out and kind of start dogging their accessories for that reason. It's like, how excited can I get to row, 225 pounds every week? Is it exciting? No, right? There are other ways you can add to that. So that was my little rant for the end of Friday. Bench was, again, not very eventful. But tomorrow I don't lift, so I'm going to film everybody in the gym. It's going to be packed, so I'm going to go to that now.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what can gather. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall. It's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go?
That is it for week 3 of training. I hope you guys liked this video. I know that today I did not do anything training wise, but I've recorded some of the bigger lifts that happened in the gym today. I love training here at United, as I've said before. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Xavier. You guys make this atmosphere awesome. I have a few more months here of training before I move to Brooklyn. That was it for week 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, no bad days. Oh, fuck. Oh. And, oh my god. Alright, keep going. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ooh.